Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin today's episode of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce, a special announcement. Craig Benzine will not be able to make it today. I don't know where he is, and unfortunately, I've heard nothing from him. I don't know when or if he's going to be here, if he's going to show up.
Hi, Greg.
So
Hi.
Who said that? Hello?
It's me. I'm right next to you. I'm sitting right next to you.
You're sitting next to me?
Yeah, and you even acknowledged me before we started recording, so I don't...
I'm sorry. Listen,
Yeah.
It's my memory. Sometimes I forget things, and I have no object permanence.
Okay, all right.
So unfortunately, Craig will not be able to
No,
be
I'm
here.
here. I'm here.
Oh, you're here now?
Yeah.
Oh, where you been?
Here. I've been here. And I'm drinking coffee.
Would it be weird if grown-ups had no object permanence like babies?
Some probably do.
Some
Have
probably
no.
do have no?
Yeah.
Is that good English talk?
Yeah, some probably do have no object permanence. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. My name is Craig Benzine.
It seems like you have identity. You have a problem with identity permanence.
I have a problem with a lot of things. I have a lot of issues.
Yeah, it seems like you have random new issues, inconsistent issues, depending on the joke you're trying to tell in the moment.
It seems like you also have no idea how to introduce yourself.
Oh my! Why do I have to introduce myself?
Because let's say that this is someone's first time listening to this podcast. They're going to be like, who's that asshole?
Maybe they don't need to know. Sometimes I listen to a podcast. I don't care who it is.
I just want to apologize for this new person calling you an asshole. They don't even know you.
No, that was kind of mean.
That was rude.
Yeah.
New person, why are you so rude to Craig?
We're all obsessed with identity. We're all a collective of humans, you know? We're just all...
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just one human.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, literally, I suppose. But I'm trying, you know...
I'm just one person. And that's all I want to be.
Look, my name is Craig Benzine,
what?
and
What? That's the name I used.
I know, and you're
copying me.
I know, you used my name. So you do have a problem with identity.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Hi, everybody. Listen, today, I know that we have not talked about lettuce ever since episode 100, when I disclosed the fact that people do not like talk about lettuce.
Yeah.
Now, it has come to my attention because we've gotten so many cards and letters from you guys at our post office box that...
No, we have not. The episodes have been out for 2 days now, and...
gotten a lot of cards and letters.
Yeah, okay, sure.
That post office box was overfull of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I feel terrible that we have neglected people who want for us to talk about lettuce. So Craig has prepared 10 exciting lettuce facts for you that I am thrilled to hear. Go ahead, Craig, with your 10 exciting facts about lettuce.
Lettuce grows out of the ground.
That was number 1.
Yeah, lettuce is usually green.
That was number 2.
Lettuce is crunchy.
That's number 3.
Lettuce has a lot of water content.
That was number 4.
Lettuce is used on sandwiches.
That was letter L.
Yeah, I did. The letter L was in there. Sure. Yeah.
We have no 5 on this podcast. Like when we do a top 10, there's no number 5. We substituted L instead of 5.
Why is that?
It's just a thing that we do on this podcast.
Okay.
Whenever we do a top 10, you know,
Okay.
like it's just a thing.
All right.
It's the letter L. And then there's one other letter that's just a sound.
Okay.
And it's a horrible
You mean one
sound.
other number?
I'm sorry, one other number.
Yeah.
It's just I messed up. I made a conversation
really
mistake.
screwed up.
Listen, I want to apologize to everyone for the conversation mistake
I'm
that
glad
I just made.
you apologized. I didn't even have to ask you to apologize.
Because I know that when you make a conversation mistake, you have to apologize.
You don't have to.
You have to.
No.
If you don't, that's just rude.
Everyone makes mistakes.
And then you owe someone 2 apologies.
Everyone makes mistakes. Conversation
Not
mistakes.
me.
Conversations are not an exact science. You can.
There is such a thing as a conversation mistake. That's where you're having a conversation, you make a mistake, and then you need to apologize.
You don't need to apologize for it.
All right, you're only up to L. You have 5 more to go.
Lettuce is used in salads.
That's number 6.
Lettuce has many different types.
That was number 7.
Lettuce is grown in different regions of the world. That was number 8. Okay, yeah, okay. Lettuce, it comes in circular form.
I mean, that's number 9, but I don't really agree with that.
Really?
I've seen lettuce in a number of different forms.
But when it's grown, it's grown in a circle.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. All right, that was number 9. Go on, bring it home with number 10.
Lettuce is spelled Lettuce.
Only to some people.
The people who spell it correctly.
Some people say LET and then a space and then US. Lettuce.
Well, if we're not referring to the food, sure. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, at least we can agree. At least we can agree that there's at least 2 different spellings.
No. Not of the food lettuce, no.
Have you ever had a garden with a lattice? You ever had, is that what it's called, a lattice?
I've never had a garden.
Oh, actually, I'm thinking of apple pie. Sometimes you get an apple pie with a lattice top.
Well, the lattice can be multiple things.
It can?
Yeah.
One time I ordered apple pie with lettuce, and they put lettuce on it, and it was not good.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, it was not good at all.
It's kind of weird to order it with lettuce, though. Like,
yeah, I'll have apple pie with lettuce top.
No, you can't just. They're not. It's not made to order. Pie takes time to make.
Whenever I go to a restaurant, they're like, "What do you want? What do you want, Benson?" And because they always know my name.
Yeah.
And I was like, have apple pie with lettuce top, please. And then they're like, oh, it's going to take us an extra half hour to make. And I'm like, that's fine. I'll wait.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not in any hurry.
Okay. But
and that
then,
way it's fresh.
Yeah. But then they put lettuce on it sometimes.
Sometimes they do. Just like when you go into McDonald's, which I know everybody goes to McDonald's. It's the best restaurant in the world.
Well, it's one of the most popular. Sure.
This episode sponsored by McDonald's.
Oh, how much?
To tell you the truth, I really fucking hate McDonald's food.
Is that a talking point?
No, it's just a secret between you and me. I think it's the worst.
No, Greg, if you're gonna tell me a secret, you lean back from the microphone and you whisper in my ear.
But I have to make it a little louder so you can hear me?
No.
I think McDonald's is horrible.
No. Greg, the microphone is not my ear. My ear is over here.
Well, why'd you put it over there? It's not my fault.
In case you're wondering, we are still I'm still at Greg's house. It's been a month now.
You've been here for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. Obviously, if we do one of these a week, and you've been here and we've done 4 episodes now. This is episode 103 right now.
Yeah. Wow.
Which means it seems like it would be episode 104, but we started with episode 100, and that just threw the numbering system off.
Starting with 0.
We started with 0.
0 is such a little bastard.
Yeah.
You know? 0.
It's like when people say, like, well, how many years are in a decade? And you say 10. You're like, okay, so then is the year like 2020? Is that in the 2030s?
Or is that in the 30s? Or is that in the teens?
Or is that in the teens?
It's the 2020 in the 30s?
Is in the 20s or the teens is what I meant to say. I made another conversation mistake. Everyone, no. I'd like to offer my sincerest apologies for my second conversation mistake. Yeah. Oh, and then I said conversation. I think I said it different.
Sure.
Everyone, I'd like to apologize for a third time. And by the way, 3 is maximum. Once you make 3 conversation mistakes, you don't have to apologize again after that during that same conversation.
Really?
Yeah, it's a 3 apology
Where do you
maximum.
get these rules?
The Dick Van Patten family makes them.
No, they don't.
They did. They made them in the 70s when he was on 8 is enough.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
By the way, turns out 8 is not enough. 9 is enough.
Of what? Not enough of what?
Well,
enough innings in a baseball game.
Yeah, that's one of the things. That's one of the things, you know.
Enough lives for a cat.
Enough basketball players on a team.
No.
Yeah, they have 9 maximum.
Isn't it 11?
Nope, it's a 9.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 9 is enough. 11 is too much. You know the old expression, 9 is enough, 11 is too much?
Sure. Okay.
That's referring to basketball.
Okay, sure. It's enough. I think that's it. I think we got them all.
Great. Mm-hmm. Great. How was that coffee?
It was really good. I just finished a latte from your fancy latte making machine.
We have an espresso machine here at the house, and because we have a friend who works for an espresso machine company, and she's like, "I'm able to get a discount."
That's okay.
You don't
have to be embarrassed by your espresso machine.
I'm proud of it because I asked her how much of a discount do you get, and she said 55% off. And I'm like, well, God damn it, we need to buy an espresso machine then.
Well, you didn't have to blaspheme when you bought it.
I did though. I did blaspheme.
Okay.
What are you gonna do about it?
I don't care.
You can't do a damn thing about it.
I can't do a goddamn thing about it.
Can't do a goddamn thing about it. See, you just blasphemed as well. See what happened there, folks? That's just an example of the type of comedy you get here on Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. I hope you guys enjoyed the lettuce.
That was a very
facts.
good coffee. It was with soy milk. Do you know that when you use soy milk, if you want to get all the nutrients, you got to shake it. You have to shake soy milk.
I do shake soy milk. Okay. I always shake it up. It's all about the nutrient. I just thought it was because the thick part separates from the water, and you just want it to be nice and smooth.
Does that
and milky.
happen? Does it?
I think it separates. Yeah.
Well,
so that's why you shake it.
I've never noticed it separating, but I have learned that you have all the added nutrients. So it goes to the bottom. So
well, there you go. So that's another good reason to shake it.
Yeah.
Shake it off. Shake it off.
Don't shake it off because
shake it off.
Then you'll have soy milk everywhere.
Hey, my good friend Taylor says shake it off.
Who? Taylor Swift or?
Yeah, she's a good friend of mine.
Okay.
And she once told me, "Shake It Off." She actually made a song about it just for
Taylor
me.
Swift is a good friend of yours?
Well, she made a song for me.
Okay, how do you know that it was for you?
Because I heard it and it was like, oh, it was on the radio, and I was like, oh, you made that for me.
Okay, wait. So every song you hear on the radio is for you?
No, just that one.
Why?
I don't.
Does
Craig,
she say "Shake It Off, Greg"?
Craig, I don't know the answer to these questions.
It sounds like you are a disturbed fan of Taylor Swift.
She speaks to me through my brain hole.
Greg?
She tells me what to do.
Taylor Swift doesn't know you.
She doesn't?
She doesn't know you, and you need to stop this line of thinking right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Taylor, I don't know much about Taylor Swift because I don't know much of her music. In fact, "Shake It Off" is probably the only song of hers that I can name, and I'm serious. Like, if you held me at gunpoint, first of all, I'd be like, "Hey, man, we're friends. What are you doing holding me at gunpoint?"
No, right.
But if you held me at gunpoint and said, "I'm going to shoot you in the face 7 times," which is weird because you don't have 7 bullets in the gun. I know you only have 6.
Right, yeah. So maybe you'd have to get another gun.
You'd have to have 2 guns.
Or reload.
Reload. You shoot me 6 times and then you reload, shoot me a 7th time.
Yeah.
I will shoot you 7 times in the face. If you cannot name another Taylor Swift song besides "Shake It Off," I'd be like, fire away. And then I would hope that "Fire Away" is the name of another Taylor Swift song.
That would be great.
Yeah. Fire away. I mean, that
sounded just like Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be a Taylor Swift song.
You know what? That's the only one I can name. You and I both have the same amount of awareness of Taylor Swift.
Maybe she had a song called like the "Relationship Gone Bad" song.
Could be.
Yeah.
Listen, I think Taylor Swift, as far as I know, she seems like a good person, but it's not my music. Not my kind of music.
And that doesn't speak to me either, but I will say this. She's an attractive lady. Have you ever seen a picture of her?
Yes.
Oh,
have I seen a picture of Taylor Swift?
Yeah, she's an attractive lady.
Yeah.
I saw one picture of her.
Just one.
And also, I did see her in a skin tight cat costume in the movie Cats.
Okay,
I was like, all right, now I'm a Taylor Swift
You watched
fan.
that movie?
Oh, I watched it in Bad Movies Live, which is on twitch.tv/mediocre films every Friday and Saturday night. Every Friday and Sunday night.
What's your review of that movie?
Fridays at 6
enough
p.m.
of that.
Pacific.
What was your
Sundays at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Jesus. What was your review of that movie?
Taylor Swift in a cat costume. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Just because it had Taylor Swift in a cat costume?
That's really
a
the
very
only,
shallow reason to look
honestly,
at the movie.
if you've seen that movie, that is the only redeeming quality of that movie. And let me tell you something.
But you said
when you watch it, you're going to say to yourself, "Am I a furry?"
Okay.
You might a little bit. You might be like, "Am I a furry?" Because I want to have sex with Taylor Swift, but only when she's in a cat costume.
Okay, but that's probably not true, actually.
No, I'd have sex with her even if she's out of the cat costume.
See, that's what I'm getting at. But that means you like the movie just because of that?
I loved the movie. I thought it was heartwarming.
Okay.
The music was so good. Midnight,
All right.
and the kitties are sleeping.
Isn't James Corden in that?
James Corden is in it.
Oh, James Corden.
Yeah. He because he was so embarrassed by his work in it, he had his name changed in the credits.
Okay.
To James Corden. Yes, he is in that.
Mm-hmm.
And
he was great as well.
I don't remember. I just remember Taylor Swift in a cat costume.
Okay,
that's
it
all.
sounds like a terrible movie.
It was pretty awful. Yeah, it is absolutely awful. We were thrilled to watch that as soon as it was available.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the newest movies we've watched.
Yeah, you should watch more new bad movies.
I enjoyed Psycho Gorman with you.
That was wonderful.
I was only 4 years old.
That wasn't a bad movie, though.
And we watched another new bad movie recently. It was really new, and I can't remember what it was. But you know what? Listen, while we're talking, I'll open up my Patreon and I'll see what that movie was.
Listen, while he's doing that,
interested.
I want to apologize. Not for a conversation mistake,
an apology.
which I will never do.
There's an apology coming. Oh, it was Alien Parasite from 2023. That movie was terrible.
It's got Marissa Tomei, she's just added.
They
to
all have Marissa Tomei.
Oh yeah, that's right, and Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders is in all of them too.
Yeah, he's a fine actor, finest actor of our time.
He's terrific.
Yeah, I've seen him in person, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah,
on the street in Burlington,
the masked man himself,
and in Burlington,
Vermont.
Yes, I saw
Wisconsin.
him. No, that's 2 states, Vermont and Wisconsin.
Oh, you saw him in Vermont, Wisconsin.
No, I saw him in Burlington, which is not unlike Madison, Wisconsin.
Did you run into him at the coat factory?
No.
They got a great coat factory there. They make that's where they make all the coats.
There is a Burlington, Wisconsin as well. And
Yeah?
I'm wondering if that is associated with the Burlington Coat Factory.
Do they have a coat factory there in Burlington?
I think that might be where the coat factory originated.
Really?
I'm not sure. I have to
my
look that up.
gosh.
I'm not sure.
I will admit something to you. I have bought a coat at Burlington Coat Factory.
Huh.
This episode sponsored by Burlington Coat Factory.
Okay.
Thank you, Burlington Coat Factory, for your $45 million sponsorship.
No, I was holding a stroller
Yes.
while China was in a store.
Oh,
with
I thought you were going to say
Ada.
she was in the stroller.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, sometimes.
China was in a
Not,
store.
not in this time. Yeah. And
Okay.
so it's just me.
Okay.
Around the corner,
Yeah.
a few people with Bernie Sanders as he's about to walk into a building, and I was like agape. My mouth was agape.
Yeah. That means open, folks. That means his mouth was open slightly.
Uh-huh. And then he sensed something.
Can you tell the rest of the story with your mouth agape?
Okay. And then he stopped and he sensed something. He didn't look at me at first. He was like, huh? And he looked over and he saw me looking at him. And he was like, how are you? And then he went into a building.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You no longer have to have your mouth agape.
Okay. All right.
Wow, that was great. I'm glad you told the rest of the story with your mouth agape.
Yeah.
I feel like very few people tell stories anymore with their mouth agape. It was very popular years ago.
It was never popular.
Like in the 1930s.
Never popular.
1940s.
Nope.
People would be, it's time for another one of those mouth agape stories.
Nope. That's not it.
It was really popular.
Yeah. There was vaudeville and there was agapeville as well. Yeah.
One of my favorite stories from the 1930s was when someone told a story that kind of went like this. I was surfing the internet the other day, and I saw a picture of Taylor Swift, and she's wearing cat costume.
Wait, what is this from? Who's
That's
told
from the
that?
1930s,
Taylor Swift in a cat costume?
and on the internet.
What a coincidence that actually happened later.
So when you saw Bernie Sanders, was that before or after he bought his new coat?
I don't remember what coat he was wearing.
Okay.
Yeah. This was leading up to, I think, the debates, the Democratic debates before Joe Biden became president.
Great. How did he do? Did Sanders win? Was he president?
No.
Okay.
And you know, honestly, in the debates, he just comes across as kind of an angry old man.
Yeah. He
Saying the same things over and over again.
He's very Yeshman. He's very Yeshman-like.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the guy.
I like the guy
very
too.
Yeshman-like.
And I like Elizabeth Warren, but she also comes across as angry and saying
She's
the same
very
things over and
Yeshman-like.
over again.
She's very Yeshman-like.
Yeah. You need to be funny. You need to be funny sometimes.
Pete Buttigieg is funny.
He can be.
He's pretty funny.
It's funny to say his name.
Yeah, Pete Buttigieg.
Sure. Buttigieg.
That's why no one's ever gonna elect him president, because you can't pronounce his name.
I thought he was great, actually.
Yeah, he's terrific.
Yeah, but you know who I didn't like as much was Joe Biden during those debates.
Yeah, well, he's an old man.
Sure. I'm looking up Burlington Coat Factory right now.
Great. Get some information about it. This is very exciting.
Yeah.
Public
Burlington, New
company.
Jersey.
Burlington,
I was.
Whoa, there's a Burlington in every state, I bet.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Burlington, California? Because you're here in California now. Might as well visit Burlington.
Is there a Burlington, California?
I think that's where Burlington Coat Factory originated.
Okay, let's look it up. Burlington Burlington, California.
Yeah.
California.
Yeah. And there is a Burlington, California. Let's see exactly where it is. May I see this for a second?
There you go.
This map. All right, so there's the map. It is off the 101 freeway. Oh my God.
It's in the middle of California, where the place where no one cares about. That no one cares about.
Oh my!
It's not in the coast.
God. It's actually not in the middle. It's way north of San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
I have never gone that far north on the 101 freeway.
I have.
That is way far north. You are. It's basically right before you get to Oregon, because it says Eureka right there. That's in Oregon.
On tour, we've driven up there.
How about that?
A bunch of times.
Did you go to Burlington then?
We probably
stopped in Burlington.
We didn't stop there.
Got yourself a coat.
We didn't stop there, but we probably drove past it.
Man, Craig, I love these conversations with you because you never know where they're going to go and what we're going to learn,
or what we're not going to learn, or what we're going to unlearn.
Sometimes we unlearn things on this podcast, and that's what makes it special.
Well, yeah, because I'm sure we have a lot of falsehoods in our heads that we need to unlearn.
Great. What are 7 of them?
Well, if I knew that, then I would have already unlearned them.
Oh, okay.
But let's say the sun goes around the earth. Is that in your head?
No.
No, okay.
Earth revolves around the sun. Mm-hmm. Although, no one's ever proven that to me.
No one's proven it to you personally?
No, not to me personally.
Okay. That's true. That's how you should go about life, you know. No one has ever come to my house and laid it out for me personally, so I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Well, I see we have a lot to unlearn here. Hey, other news. I would like to apologize for being sweaty. This is the sweatiest I've been for a podcast.
You are sweaty. You and I both went for a walk this morning before this, but not together, strangely. We have been going for a lot of walks together.
I went for a run.
You went for a run,
yeah.
and I went for a walk,
yeah.
so I could have a little conversation with my brother.
Yep.
By the way, shout out to my brother. I don't usually shout out to my brother on this podcast, but shout out to Doug Benson, my brother, comedian Doug Benson. Very funny man.
Give it up for
Doug Benson, raise the roof. Raise the roof. The roof is too low. Hire a contractor. Raise it up 6 inches.
I overheard you talking to him yesterday or 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And he sounds like an alternate version of you.
He does. We have similar voices. Mm-hmm. Similar.
But he has a nice beard.
He does have a nice beard. So do you.
Well, thank you.
His beard has more gray than yours does.
Which, it's nice.
Because unlike you, he does not use Just for Men.
Wait, I don't use Just for Men.
Apparently you do.
Why?
Look at that. Because you don't have like a huge thing of gray that you've covered it up.
Nope. I didn't cover
it.
This is all natural, Greg. Greg, I reject the accusation.
Mm-hmm. You'll have gray in your beard eventually.
I will. My dad, his hair stayed dark for a long time, and now it's got streaks of gray, but it's still got a darkness.
Yeah,
to it.
Is it?
Yeah.
I have a darkness to me.
Yeah,
a lot of people don't know that about me, but I do have a darkness to me. There's a certain darkness about me.
You do not want to see Greg at his dark times.
You don't want to see my dark side. That's for sure.
It's intimidating. You know how he takes over every conversation ever? Well, imagine that, but dark.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Oh my God. It's honestly, it's scary.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm scared just thinking about it.
Oh boy. Well, then maybe don't do it anymore.
I get scared. I scare myself just thinking about you. I scare myself when I'm without you. Sing with me.
I scare myself. Just thinking about
just keep
you.
Singing for the next half
scare
hour.
myself.
That's good.
Living without you. I share myself on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I swear myself when I hit my toe. I blare myself.
Blare? Ooh, what's he going to do with this one?
With a loudspeaker. I Claire myself.
What's that going to be?
When I'm cosplaying as Claire Danes out in Halloween.
Oh, of course.
I dare myself to do something dangerous.
You bear yourself?
I bear myself when I'm scaring campers at the campsite.
You snare yourself?
I snare myself as the drummer.
And now it's time for the Patreon-only bonus section.
Mm-hmm.
Starting now.
This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast.
And that's the end of the Patreon-only bonus section.
Oh, who is that? What was that? Who is that high-pitched person?
That was Susan Sarandon. A special appearance by Susan Sarandon.
Wow.
Just to say the words bonus section.
She just entered the room and left so quickly.
Thank you, Ms. Sarandon.
I didn't even know that it was her.
Award-winning actress Susan Sarandon has appeared on the podcast.
Wow.
She's a big fan. She's been writing us for a while. We've gotten a lot of cards and letters from her.
I didn't know that. Why didn't you tell me this?
You know, she didn't want to make a big deal because she knows that we're obsessed with Joyce DeWitt. And she just was like, "Please, if you could let me be on."
Oh, because she hates Joyce DeWitt. She was like,
they have a rivalry.
I have heard her say, "Joyce DeWitt, that bitch." I've heard her say that. Yeah. Which is weird. It's kind of like punching down because Susan Sarandon's like way more successful.
She has been more successful, but Joyce DeWitt was on Three's Company. Susan Sarandon was never on Three's Company.
That's true.
Yeah. Because then what are they going to call it? Four's Company? Have like a fourth person, have Susan Sarandon come in, they have to change the name of the show.
And that would have been so hard.
Four's Company.
That would have been so hard.
Yeah. Nobody would have watched it. It doesn't.
Too many.
It doesn't have that certain zhuzh. It doesn't have the zing. It doesn't have the zazz.
So you think the only reason people watch the show is for the title of it?
For the zhuzh and the zing and the zazz.
Of the title.
Of the title, that's
Okay.
correct. Yeah, yeah.
I
and
would-
also because Suzanne Summers was quite attractive.
Yeah. Why does it always boil down to attractive women with you?
Well, because that's what the entertainment industry is based on. It's based on attractive people, attractive young men and women.
That's yeah.
You know, unattractive people don't really get don't really get the chances that younger attractive people get.
That's true.
Yep.
But like, what about movies like My Dinner with Andre?
Two very attractive people.
Okay.
Wallace Shawn and Andre Segovia.
Okay.
Having dinner together. Andre Segovia, the famous classical guitar player, and they have dinner together, and
Yeah.
Andre Segovia just is playing some
No.
beautiful
I
classical pieces.
I haven't seen My Dinner with Andre.
No, it's
but,
it's great. It's actually really
It doesn't
good.
sound like that.
Yeah,
That's what
the
it is.
music
so.
is terrific.
Sure, no.
the classical guitar
I
pieces.
feel
are
like I would have
terrific.
known. I would have heard that it was about a classical guitarist.
Do you know what's weird?
What?
I just realized Wallace Shawn did My Dinner with Andre, and then he also appeared in The Princess Bride with Andre the Giant, and they
Yeah.
eat together. So he
Yeah.
has another dinner with another
Oh my
Andre.
God!
Like, I just realized that.
Did you just realize that?
I just realized that.
that is actually hilarious.
Do you think
Yeah.
that while he was having like a meal with Andre the Giant, he's like, "Look, I'm having another
I'm
dinner
sure
with
that
Andre."
they better have made that joke.
They better have done that.
You think that whole scene was invented because of they were both there?
I certainly hope so. Like,
Yeah.
this is another reference to My Dinner with Andre.
Wait, he doesn't actually have dinner with Andre in it.
Well, he eats food, and so I think that counts.
Well, he has dinner with Carrie Elways.
Maybe he has dinner.
Or
with
no,
Andre
they
also.
have
No.
they do that poison.
They get some food together.
They have that poison challenge.
Inconceivable.
Oh, he does. Oh, they're on the boat and
Yeah, they're
and
eating together. They're
They're
eating food.
and then Andre's like, anybody want the peanut?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love that Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
I was reading a story about the making of The Princess Bride, which, by the way, one of the greatest movies of all time.
Great movie.
And timeless. And it's one of those movies you can show your kids.
Yes.
You know, when they're babies, and the babies will love it. You can show your kids when your kids are in their 90s, and
Okay.
they're still going to love it.
Sure. Yeah, you'll be dead, but
Well,
yeah.
I might not be. You know, listen.
Yeah.
Modern medicine is improving every day.
True.
But anyway, that's not the point. My point is, I was reading this book about it, and apparently, Andre the Giant was known for having the most horrific and awful farts you can imagine. Apparently, the
Yeah.
farts that came out of his body were enormous and just like they would clear a room immediately.
Oh, God. Oh,
when,
Lord.
When Andre the Giant would fart, people would run away.
Okay.
Like, they would be that bad.
That's that's unfortunate.
Yeah, but you can realize, like, the guy was enormous.
Well,
So
yeah.
you can imagine, first of all, that his farts would be enormous, and you can imagine them smelling like, rotting flesh or whatever they would smell like.
It's kind of expected. Like it's like
Yeah.
I would hope he would have been more original and had like flowery smelling farts,
My farts are flowery smelling.
Oh, really?
I made another conversation mistake, but I don't have to apologize for that one because I've already hit my 3 maximum.
That's a lot of conversation mistakes.
It is, but it's okay. It's okay.
What's happening? Everything okay?
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about stuff.
But you're having a lot of mistakes.
I know. You know what? I think there's something wrong with my brain hole.
What'd you do? What happened?
I think it's too big of a brain hole, and that my words are leaking out.
Okay. Last night we watched the first half of Beverly
Hills Cop
4.
Axel F.
Axel F.
They don't call it Beverly Hills Cop 4 because I think they're probably embarrassed about that. By the way, I used to have a joke about Beverly Hills Cop 4 because I met John Landis one time in a restaurant, and he was not friendly. Now, I'd hate to say this about a man who's dead now, but he was not friendly.
I've heard bad things about John Landis.
He was not friendly, and I was
Yeah.
like, he directs comedies. He needs to be like a friendly, nice guy because he directs comedies.
Yeah.
And he's directed some of my favorite movies. Mm-hmm. Animal House.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
Trading Places.
There you go. Yeah, great stuff. And then the original Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
So he was so sort of unfriendly and rude that before I walked away from him, because I just wanted to say hi and just tell him I was a fan. He was just really unfriendly.
Yeah.
And so I said, "Hey, I got 4 words for you. Hey, maybe this will help your career. Beverly Hills Cop 4." And then I walked away.
Did he do 3?
He did. I think he did.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't. I don't know. I have no idea.
But yeah, I've heard bad things about him, like in general.
Anyway, so that's what I said to John Landis.
Yeah.
I also have an Ivan Reitman story. Ivan Reitman, very nice man.
Yep. I've heard good things about him.
Yeah. So Ivan Reitman...
I hear things. I hear a lot of things.
I used to go to a lot of advance screenings. I don't anymore because I don't like waiting like an hour before the movie. I don't really care for waiting.
Yeah,
So I don't really,
this guy. Whew.
I don't go to advanced screenings anymore, but I used to when I was younger and when I, needed free movies. Now you can get everything you want online, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, I used to go to a lot of advanced screenings, and I remember there was an advanced screening. It might have been for the movie Beethoven, which was produced by Ivan Reitman.
Yeah, the biopic about the Ludwig van Beethoven.
Exactly,
Yeah,
except
yeah.
that he was played by a big dog.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason,
Yeah,
which
okay.
was weird. And the movie, to me, didn't work, and I felt that it was just kind of unfunny and not that good. What little did I know, it did beautifully.
Yeah.
That movie did beautifully at the box office. But I did not care for it, and so it's like, ugh. And then we left the theater, and Ivan Reitman was standing out in the lobby. And guys, you're going to have to watch the YouTube video to see. This part is visual, so you're going to have to watch the YouTube video if you're only listening
I'll
to it.
describe it as after he does it.
So I just walked over to Ivan Reitman and I did this. And then I walked away.
He patted him on the shoulder, shook his head,
and walked away. Yeah. And Ivan Reitman was talking with some friends at the time, and he stopped and he just kind of, like, his hands just kind of went up like, whoa, what was that? And he sort of laughed it off.
Yeah.
A year later, there was another and I forget what the movies were. I probably have it all wrong. So the other movie was probably like Kindergarten Cop or one of those. But there were a couple of movie screenings that were a year apart, both either produced or directed by Ivan Reitman, and I watched the other one, didn't like it, walked out of the theater again, and there he was again 1 year later, and I went right up to him and I did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And he laughed so hard because he remembered me from the year before.
He probably didn't stop thinking about it.
No, he's
who
like,
was that guy?
That guy twice now has patted me on the shoulder and he shook his head and walked away.
Yeah.
And both movies did just fine. So I feel like I was his good luck charm.
Yeah. Well, I think both movies were probably, like, I was a kid when Beethoven came out. Every kid watched that movie.
Yeah.
So it's a kid movie.
Yeah, it's weird that you were a kid when I was a grown man.
Yeah. I saw that movie at a drive-in theater.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Did
It was
you
a
drive
double
in?
feature, Beethoven and The Babe.
Oh, see that now.
Not
Wait,
the pig movie.
Not Babe?
No.
The Babe.
The Babe.
Wait, what is The Babe?
The Babe Ruth. John Goodman plays Babe
Oh,
Ruth.
where John Goodman at the end is like, that'll do, pig.
No. That's
at the end?
You're combining two movies there. Yeah. John Goodman
John
plays...
Goodman, he was the baseball player who had the pig with him at all times.
No. It was a baseball player called The Babe.
All right. And he had the pig.
No. There's no pig.
He ate pork.
He may have eaten pork in the movie. Yes.
You know, I feel like Babe Ruth was famous for eating pork. Like that's what he was most famous for.
No, he was famous for hitting home runs playing baseball.
While eating pork?
No.
To me, that would be very impressive.
He probably did eat a lot of pork.
Let's say he had like a pulled pork sandwich, he's at the base, and he's just chowing. And not only that, it's on a plate, and it's got like a sauce that he's dipping it into, like some sort of like a barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
And he's eating that pulled pork sandwich, and then the ball comes, and he quickly like puts a sandwich in his plate in his left hand, in his right hand, he just with one hand takes the bat, whack. It goes right into the stands.
That didn't happen.
It might have. That would be amazing and impressive. I'm not a big sports fan, but that would have made me a huge sports fan.
That would have been an interesting movie. The movie The Babe, it was a pretty good movie, I thought, as a kid.
Oh, sure. I loved it. That pig was adorable.
No, that's Babe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Directed by George Miller.
George Miller directed Babe?
Or maybe he did Babe Pig in the City. Maybe he only did that one.
I don't really
Second
understand.
one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
George Miller, a Mad Max director, directed a Babe movie.
All right, that'll do, pig. That'll do.
Are you referring to me as the pig?
Yes, right now I am. This is my way of getting you to stop talking about it by saying, that'll do, pig. Mm-hmm. That'll do.
You know who's great? John Goodman's great.
John Goodman is great.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
When he dies.
Eventually.
Sure, yeah.
Eventually, when he dies, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
John Goodman, fantastic. I auditioned for the Connors, and I was really hoping to get on the Connors. Turns out they cast a black guy instead.
Okay.
And if there's one thing that I can't do, it's be a black guy.
Yeah, that's true.
I cannot do that.
Yeah, do you think that the role was supposed to be a black person?
Well, I just think that they cast the best person for the role, and it happened to be a black person. It was for the role of a cop.
Yes.
And I watched it and I was like, yeah, that guy does look more like a stern cop than I do.
Yeah. You're more like a grandfather.
Yeah, grandfather cop.
Grandfather cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're more like the friendly, like, oh, you kids. Hum, hum, I'm eating a donut.
Yeah. I'm eating them with my claws, with my grandfather claws, as they say.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a grandfather claws?
I see where you're going with this.
Oh man, sometimes I just can't keep up with my own references.
Yeah.
It's too many at once. Mm-hmm. And then they accumulate, and then I'm like, I realize I'm like 4 references behind.
Yeah. Speaking of the word Claus, have you
Yes.
seen the movie The Santa Claus?
I've never seen the Santa Claus. I don't care for Tim Allen, even though I have seen him in some things.
Yeah.
But I don't care for him. He's one of those guys in LA who has a terrible reputation.
Oh yeah, I've heard about his reputation, and I don't care for him. It's a pretty good movie. Ada liked it. We showed it to Ada, and the sequel, all right, and the third one, okay, but
maybe one of these days for Christmas, maybe this year for Christmas,
Yeah.
it'd be time to whip that out, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, no,
and show it to
no.
Charlie.
You should stop saying whip that out.
I'm just talking about showing him a movie.
You can say
what are you
whip
talking
that,
about?
You can say whip that out, but don't follow it with if you know what I'm saying.
No. Let's just say that I have a DVD.
Yeah.
I have a DVD of the Santa Claus in my pants. I'll unzip my pants. I'll whip it out.
Wait, are you speaking metaphorically now?
No. I carry it around because I don't have pockets.
Why do you have that's an amazing coincidence. I brought up the movie The Santa Claus and you have it in your pants?
No, I'm just saying what if. Like if I am wearing a pair of pants that don't have pockets, I don't know why you're not following this. If I'm wearing a pair of pants that don't have pockets around Christmas time and I want to show the DVD to him, I put the pair of pants... I put the DVD in my pair of pants.
Okay.
Unzip my pants. I whip it out and show it to Charlie.
No, don't do
That's
not.
all I'm saying.
No.
It's just a movie. It's a kid's movie.
Right. Don't put it in your pants.
I have to carry it somewhere. What am I going to do? Walk around with it in my hands?
No.
Let's say if I have it in one hand, then I have to carry something with 2 hands. Then what am I going to do?
Have you ever seen Galaxy Quest?
Oh, I love the movie Galaxy Quest.
That's Tim Allen.
Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Galaxy Quest is a fantastic movie.
It is a great movie.
And I will weather the Tim Allen storm for that movie.
That's right.
I will.
Yeah. It's a good one. That's a good one.
Is that the name of this podcast? Weather the Tim Allen storm? I don't think that's good.
No.
We already called the last one Fart Parts. We need a better title for this one. Think of a better title because we're running out of time.
Okay.
We are rapidly running out of time.
Whip it out.
No. How about just I don't. How about
John Landis?
John Landis is
a jerk.
Mm-hmm. No, can't say that.
No, John. We can't.
Nope.
Okay.
Can't even say that during the podcast. That's rude. You're speaking of the dead. You're speaking ill of the dead.
Yeah. I don't know.
How to speak ill of the dead? But a lot of people love how-tos.
Sure.
How to make fun of dead people. No, you don't really want that either. How to enjoy your life.
Cats. What about Cats the podcast?
Cats. Taylor Swift in a cat costume.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It's all right, so far that's the front runner.
Yeah, I mean that'll get attention.
Yeah,
for sure.
Taylor Swift is a furry?
No.
You might be a furry.
No.
You might be a furry if ellipsis.
Okay.
All right.
That's pretty good.
You like that?
Sure.
That one made you laugh. Let's stop there.
Yeah,
I feel like when one makes you laugh, then you got to stop there.
Okay.
I'm going to make a note of that.
Oh, I'm glad we could include everyone else in this brainstorming session about the title of this episode.
You know, if there's one thing that I know, people love a good brainstorming session.
Do they?
You might be a...
Look at us. Look at us.
Furry if... Look how... I have the worst handwriting.
Multitasking. We're recording the podcast and deciding on the title at the same time.
And I wrote something down on paper.
Wow.
I have the worst handwriting. I really do.
I have really bad handwriting.
I can't even read what I've written.
You know, I think you have worse handwriting than me. Yes, I think you do.
Terrible. It is terrible.
But mine's pretty bad.
My handwriting is so bad I should be a doctor.
No. Say my handwriting's so bad.
My handwriting is so bad.
How bad is it?
It's so bad when it sits around the house, it really sits around the house.
Wait, so your handwriting is like fat?
It's bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's lazy.
Don't fat shame my handwriting.
Well, that's the punchline.
You're fat shaming.
That's the punchline for a fat shaming.
Right
joke.
now, you're fat shaming my handwriting, and my handwriting does not appreciate it.
You're the one who brought up the fat shaming joke.
I'm going to eat a sandwich for lunch.
Okay. So?
It just occurred to me. It just occurred to me that I'm going to eat a sandwich for lunch.
That's pretty easy. Going to have lettuce on it?
It might.
And we're full circle.
Oh my gosh, we've gone full circle.
Just like the head of lettuce. That's,
does that mean the podcast
circle.
Does that mean the podcast is over when we come full circle?
We're done.
But we're a couple minutes short. We're like 3 minutes shy of our normal.
And we're full
circle.
Circle. No, we still got some time. We still got some time.
You were hoping to use up the last 3 minutes.
How do you feel about the Beverly Hills Cop movie so far?
You know, I feel like it is a fine drama. I have not laughed once during it.
Yeah.
But I have just kind of enjoyed it for nostalgia's sake.
It's all right. It's kind of silly.
It's fun.
It's a lot of standing around and talking. What's supposed to be like an action comedy.
We have seen Judge Reinhold, and we've seen how enormous his head has gotten.
Sure.
I don't know if you've noticed this. People's heads get larger as they get older.
Right.
And Judge Reinhold is the perfect example. If you look at one of the original Beverly Hills Cop movies, he had very thinny.
Oh my God!
Skinny.
Another conversation mistake.
No, I meant to say that he had a skin thinny head. Is what I meant to say.
No, that's not what you meant to say.
Yeah, I wanted to say he had a skin. Now I didn't mean to say it a skinny
Here's
thin
the
head.
thing: the original Beverly Hills Cop, what made it so good was this Detroit cop interacting with these Beverly Hills cops, and
I thought what made it so good was the size of Judge Reinhold's head.
I mean, that's part of it.
It was such a skin thinny head.
Stop trying to make that a thing. So Judge Reinhold and the other dude, the other cop in the first one, they're not in it enough. Like they should be interacting with him more.
Well, it's because we don't want to spoil anything, but Judge Reinhold, like as soon as you establish him in the movie, he disappears.
Yeah,
because the filmmakers had bigger plans for him, but then he showed up at set and they're like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, look at the size of his head. We're not going to be able to fit any other actors on the screen with him. His head takes up the whole screen."
The movie feels like like Cheers when Cheers does or Friends do a Friends reunion.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. This movie is just a Beverly Hills Cop reunion.
It really is, and we haven't even gotten to the point where Bronson Pinchot's popped up.
I know
he's in the credits.
That's the thing I'm waiting for most. Is Bronson Pinchot.
Me too. We stopped it last night, 52 minutes into the movie, because when you have kids, they go to sleep late, and then you can only make it through like half of a movie before you're like, I got to turn in.
Yeah,
that's just what it's like having kids.
But I want to see what Belky's up like now. I want to see what Bronson Pinchot is doing now. But I bet it's going to be disappointing.
Did you call him Belky?
Belky. Perfect Strangers.
Belky? Never seen it.
That's ridiculous.
Never seen it.
That is the thing he's known for most.
He's known for He's known for Beverly Hills Cop.
You
want espresso? I make nice espresso. You like?
Yeah. Everyone my age knows him as Belky.
I must admit something to you. Like every comedian and actor, they all steal from the best.
Yeah.
And I have a character named Yeshman. No, not Yeshman. I have a character named Hervé. Hervé is a character who has stolen his catchphrase from Bronson Pinchot in Beverly Hills Cop.
Wow.
Hervé says, "Don't be stupid." Hello, stupid. He got it from Bronson Pinchot.
And Hervé got that from Belky, who goes, "Don't be ridiculous."
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Fascinating. See, so basically Bronson Pinchot stole that from himself.
He did.
And then I stole from Bronson
We've talked
Pinchot.
about this in an early episode, and it's always surprising to me that you've never seen Perfect Strangers.
I haven't. I don't watch any show with the word perfect in it because I don't want to be disappointed.
Okay, sure.
And I feel like you call a show perfect whatever,
yeah,
and it's just going to be setting it up for disappointment.
I wouldn't expect it to actually be a perfect show just because it has Perfect Strangers in the title.
Well, you're not as literal as I am.
And
I'm a very literal person.
It's not even really a good show, but as a kid, I loved it because I loved Belky.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Who was Belky? Who played that?
Belky Bartakamus was played by Bronson Pinchot.
Bartakamus?
Yeah, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Now I want to watch that show.
Don't be ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Yeah. He had a lot of catchphrases.
So that was a show where Tom Hanks and the other guy dressed up as women so they could stay in a dorm room or something?
Yes, that was Bosom Buddies, and that was not the show. No.
I never watched that either.
No, I never watched that. That was before my time.
You know, I feel like if you watch Perfect Strangers, you also watch Bosom Buddies.
But
to me, they go hand in hand.
That was old. That was done by the time I was like.
It was?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have guessed they were on at the same time.
No, that was much earlier. Well, I don't know about much.
I bet they overlapped. I bet you anything they overlapped.
I don't know. I doubt it.
All right.
I
Right now,
actually doubt it.
Craig's going to do the research.
Yeah.
And we're going to stay
I
on
know that
until we find out. Oh, no.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to do that.
Oh, man. Will we ever find out?
1980 Bosom Buddies.
1980 what? Until what?
It was 2 seasons.
2 seasons? Wait, Bosom Buddies was only 2 seasons?
Yeah. And 1986 was Perfect Strangers.
So they were separated by like 4 years.
Yeah.
From like 80 to 82 and then
Perfect
in the
Strangers
86.
was 8 seasons.
8
That's
seasons.
the power of Belky Bartakis.
Wow, so basically, Bosom Buddies was such a successful show for Tom Hanks. He's like, hey, I only need 2 seasons, and then I'm going to have an amazing film career.
Yeah, I would have been 0, 1, or 2 years old when that was on.
Wow.
So,
Well, thank you everybody for listening to this
Yeah.
episode. We hope that you had a nice time. And Craig, I don't know if you and I are going to have the time to do another in-person episode before you leave. Mm-hmm. But I'm thinking, you know, just because I rarely get the opportunity to nail you down for an episode.
Sure.
If tomorrow morning before you go, if there's time for one more, I feel like we should do one more in person.
I would like to. Doing them in person is more fun. So when I'm back at home and you hear an episode where we're remote,
You're not
I
having
am
fun.
miserable.
Yeah, not having a good time at all.
I hate it.
Yeah, I know, me too. I hate
Yeah.
everything about it.
I hate it
Yeah,
so much.
We are miserable people.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, that's enough bonus talking after the end of the theme song. Hope you guys had a nice time today. We certainly did, and we will see you on the next episode. Same bad time, same bad channel.
And I might be here still.
Goodbye.
Bye.